Alright, UB tubes. This is a real MS660, and it's had a bad life. Well, mechanically we saved it. I don't know if I did a video on this, but yeah, it took a lot. We had to take it all apart, not the engine, but all the plastics, clean it right out, all that good stuff. Clean the air filter. This is a proper steel air filter with the goo. I won't go past there because we don't need to. Get this top cover off, which would probably be another T27 in there. Even this handle's bent. eBay has come good. This was Father's Day. It just took too long for stuff to turn up. Even the chain brake looks a lot. Yeah, this one is pretty well abused, and this one that feels pretty beefy too. It's fairly stiff. It's hang on, pack and PA6-GF30, PA6-GF30. These have the same numbers on them. Oh yeah, you've got that screw out. That is a proper nameplate that I used Texter to run and fix. You couldn't read it. Dad goes, oh, I've got a 450 or okay. Had a look. I said, no, it's a 660. Cleaned all this up, all that good business, and it's pretty responsive. Got the muffler. You saw the muffler. I showed you guys that. Even the handle. That's actually got a black handle. The metal is black and abused and bent. This one does feel pretty good. It's Chinesium, but yeah, Ave's terminology is kind of global now. We all call Chinesium what it is. Thank you, Ave. Mine that I built. Oh, okay, it is black. I've got to clean it, but what a weapon. What an absolute weapon this thing is. What an absolute, that's one is reflective. Steel badges. I had it sitting around. Where should I put it? There. And obviously all the other stuff. So it's all the old plastics I'm going to show you. Now I will drop a link in the description to the badge and stuff. I'll drop all these links in. This just had the MS660 badge, and I popped it out and put the genuine steel MS660 in there. This aftermarket stuff is really bloody close. It's nice. It's a hell of a lot better than that. That's going straight in the bin. It's just nothing for it. I mean, the only thing I would probably notice is they're just holes. These have got the actual, so obviously you don't tighten them up too much. Wonder if you can pop those out. I'll hang on to that, see if I can pop those out. We've got a rubber grommet here. Do I have one on here? I have the, oh yeah. That's where the rubber grommet goes. So let's just jump in here for a sec. There we go. That just comes off. This rubber grommet will transfer to here. Now this heat reflective, I don't even have it on mine. I don't think. Oh. No. I got the stuff underneath, but the kit came with the stuff, but I don't know. If it comes off, I'll just leave it off. Trout's over there undoing the other stuff. So I've got my rubber grommet. I'll point something out too. Look at this. There is a plate that you can move. You can take it out of there and slide it into here. Look at the diagram. I actually like this. I actually think these are getting pretty good, these parts. Up the top if you have summer, and down the bottom if it's winter. So I think in the summertime, obviously you block off this section here. It must get the air that flows past the fins, like the fins on the motor, and up here. Anyway, we're going to go back to so obviously looking at this, be careful tightening them, because you don't have those, and I'd actually have to drill them out if I wanted to reuse them, but I might just do that one day, pop those out, get another one of these and just see what it's like to put those bushings in, those spaces. The side piece has not got that though. Yeah. Oh well. So that saw is all in pieces now. Bloody. And whoever had this before me, Dad, he paid $400 for this, second hand. They did go and get themselves the 8.2 sprocket. That fits both Still and Husqvarna. It's the same sprocket. It is the same sprocket. In fact, I'm sure if you buy a Husky, it'll have Husky on there. But all my Still sprockets, and I'll try and drop some links in the description if I can find them. They're all Still, genuine Still parts. They are not expensive, and we're obviously going to inspect the chain brake mechanism in here. We already took this bell housing off, and we inspected there was lots of shit in there. We cleaned it out. The fins are all caked up. It was a wonder it never copped all the damage they could have copped. Someone's been in here. It is a flat blade. So all those T27s and in one flat blade, so obviously somebody has actually had to just put their own screw in, which don't matter. Now, we'll take the weight off this chain brake, eh? Oh yeah, we're taking this cover off because we're changing this handle. Keep it, obviously. I guess we should keep these parts for spares, but obviously you slap them on there, order a new set, and then when the new set comes, you put them back in the spares. Maybe you ought to get a new one of these. That's cactus too. This has actually had something happen here, and they've used a plate, to hold this together. But the engine is fine. Starts, runs, this and that. But it's had a hard life. So what do we need to do here? That should wriggle out of there. There's, if I remember right, well, one way is that spring looks like it's under some tension, so we'll just pull this chain brake back. Ouch. I think that's under tension there. And there's the detent there. If you're ever wondering where the detent is, it's there. When I had to assemble this, it was a bastard. It wasn't too bad. And doing this spring wasn't too bad either. They made out how bad it was. The early versions of the clones, they had problems down here. The spring, it goes, I'll get the spring off and I'll show you, because we had to get that spring off to So I just reactivate this chain brake. Get the spring off, and I'll explain to you something. If you ever buy a kit, inspect this spring. I did, and mine was actually pretty good. It was already the updated spring, but the early ones, there were problems. So maybe I can show you how I'm going to get this off. Just a screwdriver. Doing this with one hand too. And they're not too bad to get on. Like the way people just were saying, I might see if I can get a cameraman in here to hold this. And I've got a set of pretty decent on those pliers that would be good for this. Once I walk past anything. 12.5 horsepower friggin' mower over here with a huge exhaust stack. If you're wondering how I keep that bush. Ow! My thumb got tangled. If you're wondering how I keep the shmoo out of the exhaust on that mower, check it out, cameraman. Can you see it? Yep. The glove. And yes, if you're wondering which finger that is, you're right. It is that one, the middle finger. I think this end would be better. So I got some bad news today, folks. Globally, people are losing their jobs over this COVID-19. I slowly struggled and the hours got cut down. Today, they decided that they don't see that. Now observe the spring. Alright, we'll go to this side. Spring comes round to the middle and then straight up. The early ones sort of just bent up. They didn't come to the middle, it went to one side. And so it would only just bend over and purchase on that, and quite often they'd pop off. But they realised, well, we do need to replicate what steel do. And with that, and the bolt undone from the other side, this should just come off, I hope. I'll just look at the other part. There's a groove in there. So looking at this, inside here there's a groove, which means the mechanism here needs to come up with this, and I think I need to install it to this handle and lower it down into place. Yeah, today we were called, I was called in there me first, and a few of us were. We don't need night shift anymore making bearers, just trying to find ways to cut production costs. Yeah, okay, we do get what you're saying. Today I am another casualty to this COVID-19. I am no longer employed. Wriggle this all off and see how it comes apart. Just got to chance it, I guess. Because all this is one part. It's a part of this too. I guess we got to bend or make this come up like this. Come on. You get to a point where it will line up and come out. But it's been a while since I've done one of these. But I'll wriggle this off. Up, see that? I wriggled it straight off. Now it lines up, comes off. Looking at this piece, I'm going to just pull this straight out. So hold it like this, pull this straight out, Keep it like that in your hand so you don't mess this up. And so this is how the piece goes on. Look at that, it's got that metal piece, lovely. Back in here. Just going to line it up. Brand new part, you see. There we go. Get it nice and bloody whatsied. I'd put that on there first. Then come over here and wriggle this into place and just keep your eyes on that spring's placement around the brake drum there. Wriggle that into place. It's probably safe to get it upright. Just look at where this is. This has to go to there. And bolt would go in there and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's all back in place where it should be. Make sure all the springs in there and push down into place where it's got to go. You can mess around with it a bit.
Does that sit on that thing there?
Yeah, it probably does. Oh yeah, well that would be another pivot point. Probably. Oh, there we go. Huh. And obviously the spring goes, this end goes down. There was all these different tools and stuff you can use, but I did not find it difficult. Because of that, well, that's probably what will happen. I'll try and keep this out of the way so you people can see it. But get this spring up here. Take a few goes and a bit of practice. A rusty screwdriver is going to be difficult because it'll catch. So I'll see if I can make it a bit smooth. And I will also probably spray it with some degreaser maybe. You want that spring to go down the shaft. Or even some oil or some chain lube. Let's try that. It's pretty fucking tacky. You know, you want the spring to slide down it. Last time I did this, I used a good screwdriver that was smooth. Look at this. Yeah, obviously get that back up there, but that's going to work a lot better now. I'm just trying to see what was going on there. I'll tell you why I'm having a bit of trouble here. I'm trying to show you guys what's going on. So I'm trying to leave things open for you to view. Can you see that properly?
Yep.
And well, there's boots. Probably push that right down the bottom because it's going to want to walk up the spring as I'm messing around trying to get it back on. I'd get another spring looking at that, but it has still got some tension. And the chain brake does work, but just seeing that the spring on a safety device needs to be in good nick. So close. So close. There's a special tool for this, and it's just got a pin. I think you're supposed to put a punch there, stick the pin on and slide it up, but you can do that if you want. But it's the same process, or you can have a screwdriver with a little bill there where you put a radius inside there to go over that radius so it doesn't slip off. But if you're good with the hand, you don't need all that. It makes it easier. But if you are stuck doing this job, you've never done this. Now I have to be over here and have my gut poking into these friggin' bumper spikes. This is a method, and it's going to pop off and do this and do that. You just have to keep going until it goes on. There it goes. No special tool, none of this nonsense. I've actually read comments from people on different videos, because there are obviously all those kits. Nah, you've got to have the screwdrivers. Nah, you've got to have the tool. No. And this piece looks a lot nicer. We can now reassemble this. So we'll just pause it there, you know how it goes, and we'll get on to putting the plastics on, replacing these old ones. Don't ask me what happened there. But this chainsaw deserves all the glory, all the big stuff. I know, shut up. Having just lost my job, I'll probably lose this too. Right, I'll see you in just a sec. Well, there you go. Chain's back on. Went together pretty well too. Just gives it a whole new... It went together pretty damn well too, like nothing, it all lined up pretty well perfectly. Now this was the old friggin' cover from back here. And then that was from up there. You know? So yeah, it looks pretty good. The chain brake really good too, like the position. That's very firm. The old hand, where did the old hand? Oh yeah, this was bent. This was completely bent, and it's had a bad life. It runs, it goes good too. Just, we were down in cosmetics, but we had to go through and clean everything last time. It's all good now. The exhaust will be done. It'll be a tri-port here, In the last video on this, on this muffler, I explained to you what I was going to do. Just haven't got around to it yet. Oh, and the nothing wrong with this part. This one was friggin' dirty, and I thought, well, it came with the kit, so put it in, and you people got to see what the go was with that spring. And what to look for if you buy a kit. Make sure the spring is bent the way that that one was. Well, shower, bed. Catch us all later. Thanks for watching.